Good morning, Mr. Fikens.
Good morning, Mr. Reed.
Can you hear me?
I can. You're sounding good. Good sound check.
Good morning, Mr. Reed. Good morning, Mr. Fikens.
Good morning, Officer Lott.
Good morning, Officer Lott. Good
How you
morning, Miss
gentlemen doing this
Wilson.
morning?
Yeah, good morning, Miss Wilson.
And good morning, Miss Mack. I see
Miss
everybody.
Mack stepped away from the desk for a second.
Okay.
The judge is going to be virtual this morning.
Thank you.
Okay.
Everyone.
Morning, Miss Wilson.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Ms. Cleveland.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving as the presiding judge on today. Good morning to everyone. Good morning in the courtroom.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, everybody. All right, we are going to get started on this morning. Let's start, Officer Lott. You should know that we are expecting Roshan Holloway on this morning. He is in intake. We are also expecting Mr. Kemp. He's coming from the Wayne County Jail. Just putting you on, giving you a head. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. For the attorneys, place your appearance on the record at this time.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, and good morning again. Can you hear me, Judge?
Yes, sir, I can hear you loud and clear. Your motion is granted, Mr. Reed.
Thank
Miss-
you.
Mr. Fikens?
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney, and I would make the same motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. Y'all little loud in the courtroom. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. Mr. Yancey, I see you on the screen.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Specialty Court, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr.
Good
Yancey.
morning.
All right, are there any preliminary matters for my consideration?
Not at this time, Judge.
No, Judge.
All right, very good. It's Miss Cleveland. Good morning, Miss Ellis.
Good morning.
All right, is Miss Cleveland on?
She'll be on in 30 seconds, Your Honor.
Saw her a second ago. All right, very good. Awesome.
Your Honor, just for your information, Ms.
Yeah.
Mack just stepped away from the desk for a moment.
Okay, thank you. So, officer, if we give dates, you'll write them down for?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. All right, Miss Harris, place your appearance on the record this morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angel Harris with Specialty Court.
All right. Thank you, Miss Harris. Good morning. All right. There's Miss Cleveland. Good morning, Miss Cleveland. Place your appearance on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor, and everyone. Sorry about that. I was talking to the boss. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for Specialty Court.
All right. Good morning, Miss Cleveland. We are ready to start with Deja Ellis. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me one second.
Mr. Morgan.
I have the following matters for Miss Ellis on this morning. I have case number Z8066081. Miss Ellis, please state your full name for me.
Deja Ellis.
Good morning, Miss Ellis. How are you this morning?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you still at Lake Ridge?
Yes.
How are things going there?
It's okay. I haven't had my intake yet, so I've just been going to the Detroit Recovery Project.
Okay, 1 second, please. 1 second. Uh-oh. All right, Miss Ellis, my apologies. Are you still there?
Yes.
All right, very good. So you said you have not had your intake yet?
No.
Your intake for Miss Cleveland, can you shed some light on that for me?
Yes, Your Honor. She is waiting to have her intake with a counselor to get assessed over at Lake Ridge Village. She has been in contact with the enrollment persons there, but I think Mr. Counselor Williams shared where he was going to be for the coming few days.
Yeah.
So I believe that's what's impacting this. And Counselor Williams also said that there was quite a few people and they were dealing with the COVID situation over there. So she is able to see and have telehealth with Ms. Hawthorne. Ms. Hawthorne actually sent a progress note on her that I have to review. I wasn't here yesterday, so I still have to review it, but I can catch you up on that, Your Honor, when we have staffing. And then also, Ms. Ellis has actually been doing a lot of the things that she just needed to fill in the space with for our program. So she completed the arms while she was there. She Yes, and she also did the sobriety video, which she provided me proof of the sobriety video that she completed. She's making connection with Dr. Alexander to do the highway safety, and if this court is inclined to have her do the victim impact, then she can start that as well, Your Honor.
Yes, due to the nature of her charges, she would have to do the victim's impact.
Okay, so I sent her the information for both of those. I explained to her that while she is waiting for those assessments to take place, that's going to give her time to really engage with those aspects of the program.
Yes, absolutely. So Miss Ellis, make the best use of your time, okay? They've had some few administrative setbacks that's, nothing we can control and nothing they can control either. And so, but while you are there, make the best use of your time, okay?
Okay.
All right. How are they treating you there?
It's okay. Well, since I haven't been able to really get into contact with like a counselor or anything, I just they moved me from like the dorm area upstairs to the living area where all the other residents stay. So I just kind of stay in my room and try to complete the stuff for the court. And I actually have a appointment with Dr. Alexander on Friday.
All right, very good. Are you doing telehealth with Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I'm doing telehealth with the psychiatrist. She set it up to where now I could have transportation provided by Detroit Recovery Project. So, and she also upped my therapy sessions. So I go Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
All right, very good, very good. And so there was also an assessment, Miss Cleveland, that I asked to be done. Where are we with that assessment?
That's the assessment that Counselor Williams is trying to work out to make sure that happens. Now she did give me information that she's had one within the year timeframe. So DRP has indicated to her that they can't do another one of those. They only get those type of evaluations once a year. So they're going to resend those, the content of that to me. And then I can share it in staffing. And actually, that's probably what Ms. Hawthorne has included in her progress notes too. So, but the assessment you requested has already occurred within a year. So she's not eligible again for that one.
All right, very good. And it sounds like Ms. Hawthorne has made some, or the doctor has made some therapeutic adjustments. Let's make sure it should be in your report. Let's make sure that becomes a part of my order.
Yes,
And
Your Honor.
Ms. Ellis, I just want to see you continue to work on you, okay?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Well, a little upset, but I'm trying to get through it.
Okay, what are you upset about?
Well, I understand, my actions have put me here, and I just want to apologize for that. And also, I am trying to take the steps. I also am trying to get back on my medication. I should be able to pick that up today. And yeah, I just really want to go back home and just work.
Okay, so there are some things that I need to get done, an assessment and a couple of other things. And hopefully they will be able to take place, Ms. Cleveland, on short order. Because Ms. Ellis, when you're home, you're not making good decisions and you're not doing the things that you should be doing. And so it's unfortunate that it takes putting you in a residential place where you can focus in on you to get you to see, listen, I need to work my program. And so you've been with us for some time and you should be working it. You should be working
Yeah.
it. You should know the tools that are available to you when you hit rough patches or what have you, and you're just not working it when you're at home. I'm not certain what the distraction is, but you're not working it. So let's work it. And then when you do get to go home, continue to work because this is going to be beneficial to you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions for the team?
Well, not really. But I do want to know, so what other things do I have to complete?
Miss Cleveland, I'll have that conversation with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good question, though. All right. Very good. Anything from any of the other team members as to Miss Ellis?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Good. Ellis,
You're breaking up, Mr. Reed.
Can you hear me now, Judge?
I can. Now I can.
Good report, Miss Ellis. You're working the program at Lake Ridge. Keep up the good work. Drug court doesn't last forever. You'll be home shortly, but you have to work the program while you're at Lake Ridge, and you have to work the program at home. But keep up the good work. I know you can do it. Thank you. Hope you heard me.
And if I might add, Judge, Ms. Ellis, you are doing it. You're working it. And it's great to see that, you're making progress and You know, it won't last forever there. It won't, as Mr. Reed said, but use the tools and the resources while you're there because they're valuable. They'll help you because eventually you're going back home. So keep it up, young lady. You're doing a good job. Thank you, Judge.
Hmm.
All right, very good. Miss Cleveland, what's next for Miss Ellis?
Thank you, Your Honor. And just so you'll know too, Ms. Ellis, I just want you to know you're working on the last couple of things that are the requirement for our court and your community service over at Lake Ridge. So you're doing very well. She is scheduled for a face-to-face, Your Honor. May I schedule that for February 17th, 2023 at 10:35 a.m.?
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Miss Ellis?
Yes.
All right, hang in there. We're here if you need us. Continue to work your programming, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. Take care.
Bye.
All right, I am going to go now to, I see Miss Hess is on. So let's go to Miss Hess, Z8067851. Miss Hess, unmute and state your full name for me.
Cassandra Hess.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Judge Holmes. I do want to apologize for the issue with the Zoom the last time. I had got another phone, and so when I downloaded the Zoom that I had, for some reason I wasn't able to open up the audio. I heard Miss Novell and all them graduate, so I was on, and then I kept trying to hit the audio, and I just couldn't do it. So Mr. Yancey's like, go ahead and just shut it all down and try to restart it. And I was just panicking about that because I've never missed court. And so I do want to apologize for missing court that day.
You are all right. If anybody does not owe me an apology for missing court, it's you. You are always where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to do. And I understand that with technology, things happen. So you are all right with me, okay?
Well, I appreciate it, but I just want to hold myself accountable because I know everybody else has to come to court when they're supposed to. So I just wanted to apologize to the court also. So
Yes,
thank you.
I appreciate it. All right, Miss Hess, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, and I haven't seen you since before the holiday, but I had a health scare with my mother. She went to the hospital on Christmas morning, like 7:50. They kept her for like 5 days. And then she ended up coming out trying to pay all of her bills and went back and had been there 19 days. She was septic. That's not the right word, but it was in her bloodstream. Her lungs were full of fluid. She was there we didn't celebrate Christmas. We didn't celebrate, well, she don't celebrate New Year's anyway, but she just got home. And she's home on oxygen and things like that. But other than that, I've still been working. And then my sister-in-law was found out she had COVID, so I've been exposed to that. So I have the week off of work, but I return back to work Monday. But other than that, we're okay. I'm okay.
That's a whole lot, Miss Hess. How did you handle all of that?
Oh, I have a big family. So we had a lot of support. We took turns going to take her different things at the hospital. My great aunts came and sat with her a lot. So my oldest brother came from Florida. So we just all real supportive of her, just glad that she's home. She's not smoking cigarettes anymore. And she's doing a little better. She's got nurses and things like that coming out to see her and checking up on her. But yeah, she almost died. She was in ICU for a little while. But like I said, we have a strong support system with our family.
I'm so glad that you do. And I'm so glad that you were able to be there to help with your mom. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Taking care of yourself in the midst of all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. That's very, very important. Very, very important.
I understand.
Tell me something good that's happened to you since the last time I've seen you. I haven't seen you in a while.
Just I've been working a lot. That's about it. Like I said, my mother made it home. That's good to me. With me, I've just dealt with that, and I'm just still working my program.
All right, very good. Do you have anything that you need us to help you with?
No, because I'm not going to work on my license until, I get a little farther in the program. And like you said, at least get a vehicle where the machine may be hooked up or anything like that. But other than that, that was the only thing that I wanted to by the time my time's up with you guys with the drug court, that's the only thing I wanted to work on, but just I have to take care of other steps first.
Okay, all right, very good. We'll keep Mr. Yancey up to date should you change your mind, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I stay close contact with Mr. Yancey.
All right, awesome. All right, Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell us about Miss Hess?
Your Honor, Ms. Hess is really doing well, and I want to promote her, and I'm gonna tell you why I want to promote her. She's currently in phase 4, and as you know, she's completed intensive inpatient treatment, and then she completed regular outpatient treatment, and then she actually completed her sessions with the recovery coach for about 3 months. And then the only other recommendation the recovery coach had was her to attend AA biweekly virtually. So she's
Been
going
doing
through,
that, Mr.
she's been doing that. She's been going through some intensive treatment. She's been making some real mature decisions. As you probably remember, she had changed her number
Yes.
for that reason.
Yeah,
And she's been screening as directed, all negative screens. She's been going through a health challenge herself, and she's been getting through that. And she's been working part-time to full-time, which is a victory for her, because even in the midst of all the things that's going on, she's still working, she's still maintaining, she's still in compliance with her program. Hasn't slipped, even though for some people, those are what they would consider legitimate reasons to slip, even in the midst of, situation with her mother. She still continued to still work her program, Your Honor. So she's done a lot. She's been through a lot, but she came into the program saying she was going to do this, and she's been doing it, Your Honor. So I want to recommend that she be promoted to phase 5.
all right, thank you, Mr. Yancey. Any objection from any of the team members with respect to promoting Ms. Hess to phase 5, the last phase of the program?
No objection, Judge.
All right, no objections then. Ms. Hess, you ready to go to that final phase?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's do it. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Ms. Hess on her promotion to phase 5. Congratulations to you, Ms. Hess. Congratulations. Very proud of you. Yes, you
Thank
should be
you.
proud of yourself. All right, this is the final phase. Keep working hard, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Yancey, what's next for Ms. Hess?
Yeah, I would like to do a face-to-face with Ms. Hess on February 16th at 10:35. And I obviously talked to her before then.
Okay. All right, wonderful. Did you get that, Ms. Hess?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Then it's good to see you. Continue to take care
You
of.
too.
I'm glad your mom is doing better. Continue to take
Thank
care of
you.
her as well. And I'll see you next go round, okay?
Okay. Have a nice day, Judge Holmes.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I do not see anybody else's face on the screen.
Your Honor,
Yes.
Mr. Wood is there, but I think Mr. Johnson has turned the camera off for him.
I don't know. I don't see a face.
Mr. Anderson is there too, but I'm trying to get here. He's kind of in and out of camera. He's in right now.
All right. All right. Y'all ready on Mr. Well,
Mr. Wood
Yes,
is there.
morning.
what's Mr. Wood is scheduled for today? Let's call Mr. Wood's case. All right. I have for Mr. Wood, case number
Yeah.
20603-3002. Mr. Wood, state your full name, please.
Christopher Woods.
All right, Mr. Wood, who's with you this morning?
All right.
Who's with you?
Mr. Johnson.
Mr.
Mr.
Johnson?
Good morning, Judge
Good
Holmes.
Johnson, place your name and your title on the record for me.
Rodney Johnson, case manager, Lake Ridge.
All right, very good. All right, what's going on with Mr. Wood this morning?
I'm doing fine.
You doing fine?
Yeah.
All right, are you working your program?
Yes.
All right, how's that going, Mr. Wood?
All right.
It's going all right. Tell me, what are you doing to work your program?
Helping the guys out around here.
Okay, what else? Are you going to any classes, any counseling?
Yes.
How's that going?
All right.
It's going all right? Are you being open and honest so you can work through some things?
Yes, ma'am.
You are. Okay, are they treating you well at Lake Ridge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any concerns that you want to share with the team?
Yeah, be with my family.
You want to be with your family?
Yeah.
I understand that. But you know that right now we've got to get you stabilized, right? Get you on a good path so that when you do go home, you're able to stay home. Okay?
Yeah.
Will you work with us and be patient through that process?
Yes, I can be patient.
I'm sorry?
Yes, I can be patient.
You said yes, you can be patient?
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate that. I really do. I'm going to hear from the case manager as to Mr. Wood. What's going on?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wood is just new to the program. He was admitted on January 12, 2023, which means he's only had about 15 days in the program. Since his admission date, he has been at Lake Ridge Village. He's there waiting for an assessment. There were several assessments that had to take place for him. It's probably under the same condition as Miss Ellis. That's what's going on over there. But I do want to report, Your Honor, a concern that I'm having, because Mr. Wood does call me quite frequently, and he has mentioned that he would like to exit the venue. And I have explained to him several times that he is ordered there and he has to stay there, and he has to get those assessments so we can know what's going on, so we can help him. I was concerned also about the clarity of him understanding that that statement to him, because it wasn't until this morning that I'm observing him now. It didn't appear as though he was understanding or even on board with having to stay there. So I just want to encourage him to remain where he is, to get the assessments that he is scheduled to get, and then the help that he will, the resulting help from that, Your Honor. And I'm hopeful that, you know, you can reaffirm that that's what has to happen for him.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Wood, you understand, as I indicated earlier, that you have to stay. There are some things that we need done. Okay? And so I have not released you from Lake Ridge. So if you walk away from Lake Ridge, you're really going to create some problems for yourself. Okay?
So I got my family.
Did you hear me, Mr. Wood?
Man.
Okay, so for right now, there's an assessment that needs to be done. We want to keep you in a drug-free environment and get those assessments done so we can determine the appropriate level of care. And then we'll talk about what's next for you, okay?
They can't trust me to go to the store and come back.
Well, no, that's their policy right now.
Y'all can't trust me to go to the store and come back. One of the dudes can go with me.
Mr. Johnson, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Wood? I'm not going to tamper with your policies and your practices. Mr. Wood, you have to remember we are still in a pandemic, and also Lake Ridge has their policies and procedures for people that are new in the program. So I am not going to even attempt to tamper with those. But Mr. Johnson, I'll hear from you if you have something to offer.
Yeah.
Good morning, George Holmes. I mean, as a rule, guys that come in on the tether and things of that nature, we monitor them at least for the first month,
Yes.
for obvious reasons. Mr. Woods he's so agitated, very agitated. So I have some concerns about him just leaving out and just going out. You know, so I'm going to continuously to monitor him. I'm going to deny him being able to go out on his own and things of that nature. And excuse me, sir. And I want you to continue to just to put the emphasis on him that if he leaves the premises, he's going to draw some high concerns and he's going to put himself in, you know, in some harm's way. And come on, watch your language. Please watch your language. Please watch your language. And I just want you to help him to understand that he can't leave the premises. That's all I need you to reinforce that for me, please. You know, and it's for his concern. You know what I mean? For his betterment. You know. So.
Well, here's the thing, Mr. Wood. If you leave, they're gonna call us. They're gonna let us know you left. We're gonna send the police to pick you up, and then you're gonna go to the jail. I don't want you in the jail. I want you to be in an environment where you can get help. So I'm just letting you know that's what's going to happen. We will pick you up and you'll go to the Wayne County Jail. And I can't tell you how long you'll be there until we're able to get you back on track. So while you're at Lake Ridge, let's get the help you need, okay? Mr. Wood, did you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Wood?
Yes, Judge, you can hear me. Mr. Woods, you're new to the program. You're over at Lake Ridge forever. I heard you say you want to go home at some point, but you have to follow the court's order. If you don't, you could find yourself in the Wayne County Jail. And we don't want that for you. We want you to work the program and work it from Lake Ridge. And at some point, you may find yourself back at home. Thank you, sir. You're new. Don't get overwhelmed, sir. Thank you.
Can I ask that question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, but
What's your question, Mr. Wood?
how I'm gonna pay my bill to my house? Cause I got a house and I pay rent.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I did have a discussion with him about that because he explained to me further that the rent is due on February 1st, and that there could be some form of accommodation for him on that. I just have to talk to Mr. Johnson about that. But Mr. Wood and I did have a discussion about that.
Wonderful. So, Mr. Wood, we're going to make sure that between Ms. Cleveland and Mr. Johnson working together with you, that your concerns are addressed, okay, about your rent payment, okay?
So I ain't gonna be able to pay my phone bill, everything gonna be set off.
Judge Holmes, I will assist him accommodate them services, Judge Wood.
I will. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. If nothing else, Ms. Cleveland, what's next for Mr. Wood?
Your Honor, I would ask if it's okay for him to have a Zoom hearing on February 10th, 2023 at 8:35 a.m. That's about 2 weeks unless you want to see him next week.
The 10th does not work.
Oh, sorry.
You can do, so since you all are going to be working on some things, let's do a face-to-face with him on February 10th.
Okay.
2023 at 10:35. And then, of course, Ms. Cleveland, you can update me and we'll go from there, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good.
And Your Honor, I did send you a chat regarding Mr. Howard. He cannot get on the screen for some reason. He said his Zoom and his internet is not cooperating. Well, I was going to ask if it would be possible that he could be placed on tomorrow's docket so he can try to address it, or he has to come in tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do it when I call him, but that's fine.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. All right, Mr. Wood, you are excused. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
You're welcome.
All right, let's continue to go. I do see, Mr. Anderson, you have to get in some better light so I can see you. You there, Mr. Anderson? I need to be able to see you. I have the following. While Mr. Anderson is getting into some better light, I have for Maurice Anderson, SP 122-26803. Case number SP 1357993, counts 1, 2, and 3, and case number Z 8086771. Mr. L, you done went from bad to worse. Mr. Anderson?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, that's good right there. Right there. State your name for me.
Mr. Maurice Anderson.
Good morning, Mr. Anderson. How are you today?
I'm doing all right, and yourself?
I am doing very well. Thank you. Thank you. Tell me what's going on with you, Mr. Anderson. How are you doing in the program?
I'm doing okay in the program.
Just okay?
Yes, ma'am. Everything's going okay.
It's going okay. Are you having any struggles, any difficulties with working the program?
No, ma'am.
None? All right.
Nope.
What have you been doing to work it?
Staying out the way, just minding my business and doing what I need to do.
Okay. And what are some things that you need to do? I want to know what you've been doing to work the program.
What I've been doing is I've been keeping my sobriety, for one, and for two, just staying focused on me more and, not really worried about what other people thinking or how they feel.
Okay. Are you showing up for your testing?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Are you in your counseling services?
Not at the moment. They told me my appointment is on February 6th.
Okay. And who are you going to have that appointment with? Do you know?
I'm not quite sure, but I think it's what's her name? Miss White, Miss Kelly, Miss White, I believe.
All right. I'll hear from the case manager as to where you're going to have that appointment, okay? And you'll show up for it, right? And be really open and honest so you can get the assistance that you need. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Are you having any difficulties that you need the court to address?
No, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Harris, is this your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Mr. Anderson entered our program on January 6th. He is currently been attending all of his random drug screens. He currently has 20 days of sobriety. All of his tests have been negative. I'm very proud of him. I had some concerns initially, so he's been doing really well. He did attend his initial appointment with Detroit Recovery Project, where he met with Ms. Walker on the 18th, and his next appointment, as he said, is on February 2nd. I did confirm with Ms. Walker that these dates are correct and that she will be the one seeing Mr. Anderson. And as of right now, we're really just kind of focusing on his him being consistent, getting into the routine of our program, and then getting that treatment really started and going. Mr. Anderson, right now, currently, he has it stated that what he wants to work on as a proximal goal is to get the points off of his record without accumulating any new ones, so that he can eventually have his full license and affordable insurance. And that's where we're at with current goals for him. But otherwise, he seems to be trying to really do what he needs to do for the program. And he has been communicative and responsive to me and attending his appointments.
All right, very good. Mr. Fikens and Mr. Reed, I do see that one of his charges that are scheduled for review is limited access 1 to 5. That should not be as a review. And so I need you all to look at that and see what the prosecutor may be willing to offer as it relates to Mr. Anderson, because that charge would not qualify for specialty court.
It does not, Judge, and it was part of the plea deal that got him here, that brought him in. He was a person on the A docket, and I believe that was part of the plea. It should not be on the drug court. He has to pay that off.
All right, so he has to pay the limited access 1 to 5.
Yes.
All right. And Ms. Mack, how much is the fine for limited access 1 to 5?
125, Judge.
All right. Mr. Anderson, when can you get that 125?
I would probably need about 30 days.
All right, so this is what we'll do. Ms. Mack, for this particular matter, we're going to give him an adjourn to pay date. And I'll put that on like March 2nd, 2023 at 10:30. And so Mr. Anderson, get that particular matter paid before March 2nd, okay?
Sure, thank you.
It's $125. All right? If you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
some issues with it, you need to let your case manager know. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Or do you have any questions for the team?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything else from any of the other team members as to Mr. Anderson?
Yes, Judge, thank you. I hope you can hear me, Mr. Anderson. Good report. You're new to the program. Don't get overwhelmed. Stay in touch with your case manager. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Anderson, when we were doing your plea negotiations and acceptance into this court, the specialty court, you told me you could do this, and you're doing it. I'm very proud of you, sir. You said that to me. You followed through on what you said, and I couldn't be prouder of that. So keep up the great work, sir.
Thank you.
All right, very good. If nothing else, Ms. Harris, what, you are a little bit too loud in the courtroom. Can you unmute? If nothing else, Ms. Harris, what's next for Mr. Anderson?
I know with your schedule being, you have some time out coming up, I was going to see if I could put him in for a face-to-face for February I want to say the 10th, and then have him see you, I'm sorry, the 9th, and then have him see you again on the 16th, if the 16th is an option.
Let's just do February 9th, right
Okay.
now, 2023 for face-to-face, and that will be at 10:35 a.m. Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Anderson? Mr. Anderson, did you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. If nothing else, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day.
Same
Okay.
to you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's keep going. I'm ready on Ashton Gordon. I have case number 2021 SD 0028. Mr. Gordon, state your full name for me.
Ashton Julian Gordon.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Gordon. How are you?
Good morning, Judge. I'm all right. I'm doing okay. I'm good. I'm good finally.
Smile on your face. What's going on?
Nothing, I've just made a lot of changes in my life recently. I've been doing a lot more interviews, looking for a new job. And, I kind of feel good. I feel better than I felt recently, That time I spent away gave me some clarity. And then, now I've started instituting some of those changes. So I feel good.
And that time that you were away, that away place is not a place designed for you, right?
Not at all. Not at all. No, but but sometimes you need a wake up call. Sometimes I thought I was just the greatest things in sliced bread. And sometimes you gotta humble yourself. Once you get too high, sometimes you gotta fall off the mountain.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you are implementing some changes. Anything you can share with us about implementing?
The big changes, just telling people like I'm not available for them. I told a lot of people that I used to be around, hey, I don't live in town anymore. Just completely separating. And you see how people just don't, when you tell somebody you moved, I'm still in the exact same place, but I just tell people I moved, and it's a much better feeling. They don't call you no more. They don't text you. They don't come see you. That you just tell them you moved. Oh no, I moved back to Grand Rapids. And that allows me a little bit more. And then, switching up my routine, I'm actually starting to become a morning person, getting up a little bit earlier, and then switching jobs right now. That's been another thing that I'm working on as well. Doing, instead of just doing groups, actually participating active, doing 2 groups a week with Mr. Arnold. Everything's really just been it's really been a wholesale change rather than just saying, no, I can just change this one piece. You got to do everything. You can't just say, no, I'm gonna do this for right now. I got changed everything in my life.
There you go. That's awesome. I'm glad that you have decided on changes that you need to make in order to continue on the path that you want to be on and not a path that somebody chooses for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How are your daughters?
Good. One's here right now. She's a little loud. So she's good. She's playing in her room. My oldest is good too. She might come see me for my birthday next month. So we're gonna hope for some good things.
All right. Very good. I hope that happens as well. All right. Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Gordon?
Yes, Your Honor. So, Mr. Gordon, he's kind of regrouped since the last issue, so that's a good thing. He's changed some things. He is still seeing Mr. Arnold. We've upped that to twice a week, so for now that seems to be going well. We are also at least checking on a reassessment just to make sure that he's in the proper, if he needs some additional treatment, we're just exploring that. But right now, him seeing Mr. Arnold and being honest with him, I think is helping Mr. Arnold help him. So far that part is going well. He's still in compliance with the program as far as screenings. So, there's some other things we're going to work on. And I hear he's looking for some new employment. So I'll talk to him about that. But so far so good. He just needs to stay steady, not let things throw him off. I heard him say that he's told people that I don't know if he said moved or moving. And just with my little 2 cents in, it's good to have boundaries, but if you tell people you moved and then they see you in the neighborhood, then you got to come up with something else. So you might want to just figure out some boundaries, whereas if I run into somebody or not, it'll be irrelevant to me. So other than that, I just want him to keep doing what he's doing. And hopefully relatively soon, if he can stay steady to what he should be doing, then we can talk about another promotion in our program.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Yancey.
Yes.
How are things going in Grand Rapids, Mr. Gordon?
I haven't heard anything, so I think they're just kind of watching, making sure, or just kind of watching and observing and kind of going based on your recommendation. So I got to make sure I do the things in this court correctly.
All right, let's do that. Let's make sure we do that. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything else to Mr. Gordon?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Good report today, Mr. Gordon. Keep up the good work. We know it's not easy. You had a slip, made a bad choice, but it seems like you turned it around. One day at a time, sir. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And Your Honor, I would like to add that, Mr. Gordon, it seems like you made a decision to do the right things and do it the right way. And I know you can do it because we've all seen that in you. So keep up the great work. We're behind you on that. And we're proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you all.
Very good. Mr. Gordon, I do want to tell you that I am so happy to see that you are back on track, that you're making some good choices and some good moves for yourself. You are highly intelligent, full of potential, and I would hate to see your life choices cause you to end up in a place that is not even designed for you. It's just not. So I am so happy to see that you are on track. I hope that you are believing in yourself, that you can do this, that you can overcome this and get through it. And not just to get through the court part, but get through it so that you can make good moves for the rest of your life while you're raising daughters, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Those daughters that are going to be looking at the moves that you make and the decisions that you make. and the consequences or benefits that you're going to endure, which will ultimately impact them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm very proud of you, young man.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. What's next, Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor. I want to have a face-to-face with Mr. Gordon on February 9th at 10:35.
All right. February 9th. Did you get that, Mr. Gordon?
Yep, February 9th at 10:35.
Yes, sir. All right. You are all set and you are
All right,
free.
thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. Who do we have up next? I don't see anyone.
I don't know if we had a shorter docket
Oh,
or
well, let's
not.
have some other things that
Well, Your Honor, we had an intake scheduled for today with a Mr. Ahmed. And I did want to let you know that he last minute canceled his initial appointment with me for paperwork. And then this morning at 5:21 sent me a message letting me know that he would not be coming in today because he had to work out in the cold and he would like to come in on Monday at 9 a.m. I did respond and let him know that he does not get to dictate his hearings or his appointments and what the expectations of sobriety court are with regards to court hearings, drug testing, treatment, things of that nature. And I did send an email because he has a proposed transfer case from Hamtramck. I did send an email to the attorney, Mr. Griffin, as well as the probation officer in Hamtramck, letting them know that he has not been compliant with appointments or coming to his hearing, and that I would follow up with them once I shared this information with you today.
all right. So let him know that he needs to come in today, this morning, not today, this morning for his intake. Otherwise, my recommendation is to send him back to Hamtramck.
Okay, and I wanted to let you know, Your Honor, he was offered quite a deal for this case. He was on a second OWI and a running the red light, and they pled that to a reckless driving and a noise violation. So I'm quite concerned with that kind of plea that he doesn't seem to understand, the deal he's got, and that, I feel like he should have been here with bells on. So I will follow up and let him know. Like I said, he hasn't responded to the message I sent him, letting him know that he doesn't get to dictate his appointments. But I will attempt to reach him again and try, either way, make sure I leave him a message if he doesn't answer, letting him know that if he does not appear today, that we are going to recommend that he go back to Hamtramck Court for his case.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Ms. Harris,
Yes.
if I may ask, if he's coming out of Hamtramck and he had this great deal, does he have retained attorney? Have you been in contact with anyone representing him?
Yes, his attorney was was it Herman Griffin? Was his attorney.
That's Mr. Griffin
Okay.
will get him back in. I reach out to him.
Can you reach out to him, Mr. Figas? He needs to come today for his intake. Okay?
Yes, Chairman.
Attorney Griffin got him a good deal.
Yeah, no, that's not.
He had a very good deal. All right, so I want him this morning. I don't want him this afternoon. I don't want him at 11:30. He was scheduled for 8:35. So, or for 8:30, I'm sorry. All right, I'm going to look at the remainder of the docket. Let's go back to the 8:30. I believe that Roshan Holloway was a mental health court case. And so, Ms. Mack, if you could reach out to Mr. Green to see if he made some contact with Mr. Holloway, I'm ready to call his case.
Judge, Mr. Holloway is in the courthouse right now. Mr. Green is with another defendant in the conference room, and so I haven't been able to notify him about Mr. Holloway, but Mr. Holloway has been here since 8:30.
Okay, wonderful. Good morning, Mr. Holloway. I'm glad you made it. Make sure that he does testing.
Okay, sure will.
All right. All right. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's go to Maurice Howard. Case number 21045156001. Ms. Cleveland indicated that he is having some connection issues on this morning. Mr. Howard is usually in court on his appointed date at the appropriate time. And so I'm going to grant Ms. Cleveland's request to adjourn his matter to tomorrow, which is January 27th, 2023, and that will be at 8:35 a.m. Any objection?
No,
No
Judge.
objection? All right, thank you. Eric Purifoy, where is Mr. Purifoy? Who has his case? Does Ms. Cleveland have Purifoy as well?
I think that's Ms. Cleveland's case, Judge, and I think he's in a facility as well. Cause they, him and Mr. Wood was, they did their intake on the same day and they went to separate, facilities.
Yes, all right, so I need to hear from Ms. Cleveland as to whether or not everything is okay with Mr. Purifoy and what's his next date. Ms. Mack, has Devin Crunk been brought over?
Yes, he has, he is in detention on his way up.
All right, awesome. Mr. Reed, Mr. Cleveland, someone will have to go, Miss Cleveland, someone will have to go in a breakout room, Mr. Crunk, find out what he wants to do. He's an absconder from our mental health court. And so he's in custody. His attorney walked him in. I don't know if she's coming today, but he's not scheduled until 10 o'clock. So we'll see if his attorney comes. All right.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Mack, are you ready on the 10:30s?
No, I'm not actually, hold on.
Your Honor, Ms. Cleveland did inform me that Mr. Purifoy, his case was adjourned until February 17th. He is in a facility also.
Yes, February 17th at 8:35.
Yes.
That's for case number 220-603-3001. So thank you for
Yes.
here for it. All right. Let's
Judge,
yes, did Mr. Andrews,
Mr.
Evelyn?
Morgan is here.
Yes.
Sorry, Judge.
Mr. Morgan.
Mr. Holloway and Ms. Kennedy are here for intakes for mental health court. Would you like them to speak to, excuse me, Judge, they're here for our other specialty court. Would you like them to speak to our other attorneys that's working today? Because Ms. Warfield is not working.
Yes. Let's try to keep it, true, because otherwise we're going to be incurring some additional expenses.
Okay.
Because they are.
Yes, I'll go in the breakout room with them, Judge.
Okay. No.
Okay, Mr. Reed, we're going to, we have to email you the contracts and everything, so you can at least at least know who you're speaking to. So can you give us a few minutes on that?
And if they can each.
Yeah, I can go over the court's order.
Well, they got to send it to you, Mr. Reed. And so that we can keep the docket moving. Can they each do, you said we have 2 intakes today, Mr. Holloway. And also we have Crunk today. And then you said Kennedy. What is Kennedy's first name?
Dejanay, Judge. Dejanay.
Oh, she was
Kennedy
scheduled.
is her last name.
First name Dejanay, last name Kennedy.
All right, thank you. That she was scheduled to come, I think, yesterday and did not show. And I know you've already done Mr. Morgan. I need everybody to test and let's know their results. And so that's fine. And she didn't show up for appointments either. So she's got some issues today. And let's hope
That's correct, yeah.
that we can get her on track. And so if Mr. Reed and Mr. Likens can meet with, take each of you take one, that would be great, just for the sake of time, okay?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, we gotta give Ms. Kennedy a test, but Mr. Holloway has already completed his test. So, Mr. Reed, I'll send you Ms. Holloway, Mr. Holloway, and Mr. Farkins, I'll send you Ms. Kennedy, okay?
Yes.
And then Mr. Crunk is here, Your Honor. I'll be handling Mr. Crunk.
Okay. All right. No, We'll probably need a prosecutor to determine where do we go from here. Okay, all right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Morgan. All right, let's keep going. I might as well get the 10:35 dates on the record. I have for Ariel Cameron, Z808317
Yes,
And
sir. Oh, I'm sorry.
my apologies, 217-318-781.
Yes, Your Honor, that's my case, Miss Cameron. I did talk to her this morning. She's still in compliance. She's still screening. She said she's been working a couple of 16-hour days. I just told her, I said, get up long enough to screen and then go back to sleep. So she's been doing that. So she's still in compliance. We're going to have her come back on Zoom February 16th at 8:35.
All right, very good. I have a LaQuisha Driver, Z8080861.
Good morning. Ms. Driver, I actually did speak with her already this morning. And she, I was going to talk to you to find out if you wanted me to have her come back again because of just your schedule. If we should have her come back face to face with me on the 9th. And then I can schedule her next hearing with you.
Yes, thank you. Face to face on February 9th, 2023. And that would be at 10:35. Let's go to Crystalline Messer. I have you for 1808717 Z8082891 and case number 193993231 for Miss Messer.
Yes, Your Honor, Ms. Messer, she's still in compliance. I have had contact with her. So she's hanging in there with us. And we're going to have her come back on Zoom February 13th at 8:35.
All right, thank you. I have for Ashley Richardson, SP1103291, SP116188892, and Z8069551.
Yes, Your Honor, I did talk to her yesterday evening. Assuming nothing has changed, she's still in compliance. We're going to have her come back February 13th at 8:35.
For David Tolliver, 210-446-3401.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Tolliver, he's doing excellent. We're going to have him come back February 13th at 8:35.
Okay. And then I have for Darren Twitty, case numbers 173861961, SP 807201, counts 1 and 2. Case number 1448432, counts 1, 2, and 3. Case number 184833433, counts 1 and 3. Case number 194997911, and case number 201-0000277.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Twitty, he's still in compliance. He's actually scheduled to come in and make a payment February 2nd. Your Honor, he did lose his job because of the times that he had to take off with his child being sick and different things. So he is in serious search of a new job. So we hate to report that. We are happy to report he's still in compliance with treatment and screenings. We're going to have him come back February 13th at 8:35.
All right. Make sure you get him some job leads.
Yes.
To have you, because there are a lot of people that are hiring. So
yeah, we're working on that. I'm really working on that with him. Keep him employed.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, Miss Mack, can you put did Evelanda Andrews pay?
She paid $25. She owed $100 and she paid $25 of that. And I have not heard from her to ask for more time.
All right, we'll wait until 10:30 to give her an opportunity to review. All right, very good. All right, Miss Taylor, it's not your day. What do you want?
I know. Good morning, Judge. I just wanted to go on the record to give you a brief update that Miss Carter over at Team Jefferson gave me a report that Mr. Philip Dorsey absconded from Team Jefferson unauthorized this morning at 4:45 a.m. So I just wanted to put it on the record so that we can get a warrant out.
All right, let's do it, Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens. Let me see, Mr. Dorsey gives me a run for my money, but that's okay. I've got plenty of it. All right, I need Miss Mack, if you could. I don't know why I don't have my docket from yesterday.
I have it in front of me, Judge. Did you need the?
Numbers?
Yes.
All right, please read them into the record for me.
Yes, so for Philip Dorsey, we have case number 210-454-6801, SX 360-35671, U51019-719, U558232220, U5631392, U575982120, U575983320, U593342121, and 19046014001.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikes, you've heard the report. Philip Dorsey, he battles with addiction. He also has mental health issues. He has a number of cases, as you heard, at 36th District Court. We are trying our best to help him. He was placed on a committal tether through the Wayne County Jail. They should be able to go get him, right, Miss Taylor?
I would assume so, yes. They should be able to.
So let's make sure we make the appropriate notifications because they should be able to go get him. And we're trying to keep him. He has almost lost his life due to his addiction. And so we're trying to save him as much as we can. He was ordered to go to Team Jefferson to do inpatient. He was placed on that Wayne County tether. And as you heard, Miss Taylor just indicated that this morning he absconded. And so he is certainly a threat to himself. I even believe on one occasion when he walked away, somebody shot a gun and just missed his head, grazed the whole path of hair off of his head. And so we're trying to help Mr. Dorsey. So I'm going to issue a warrant. It will indicate remand to Judge Holmes. He'll have to do the 45 days at the Wayne County Jail on that committal tether. And I'm just gonna keep the light on for Mr. Dorsey. Any objection to the warrant?
No objections, Judge.
All right. Miss Jasmine, when you do the warrant, please make sure all of his, well, let's see. No, yeah, all of his case numbers are on there, but the committal will just be for the one, okay?
Right, okay.
All right, very good. Ms. Mack, if you could add Mr. Dorsey to my docket for today, I'd appreciate it. All right, very good.
All right, thanks, Judge.
All right, I don't think that we have anything else right now, and so we are going to go into recess, okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Mack, let me know when we're ready. And put everybody in their breakout room. So we set the breakout room.
Yes.
All right, thank
Yes,
you.
we have 2 defendants that gotta go in the breakout room with the attorneys.
All right, thank you.
So we are, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Morgan, I can hear you.
Okay, we're gonna have
Need to get in a breakout room with the new intake.
Yes, Mr. Holloway, we about to, can you put Mr. Reed and the conference room in a breakout room, please?
Yes, thank you, yes. Thank you, I have the I'm ready on Mr. Holloway whenever the court's ready.
And then if I could be placed, once we get somebody else in the conference room. I don't think they've come out of breakout. Maybe they're still there, so I need to go back to the breakout room where,
Yeah, I was in breakout room number 1, so I don't know if they can put you back in number 1 or.
I think so.
I talked to Mr. Holloway.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Fikens, what were you saying about a breakout room?
Oh, yeah, I can go into the breakout room with the next person. So I think the conference room is still in breakout room number 1,
Oh, and they changed persons?
and they're gonna change people, I think.
Okay, I can put.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
You're welcome.
Mr. Pikins,
Yes, Mr. Reed.
are you ready on your new intake?
I am ready on Miss Kennedy. Yes, sir. So we are both ready.
Why do you yell like that? I don't know. Me. That was funny right there. You did you like your live, come on. Leave your boots there. And you're gonna run next to your uncle. Step on black.
Are you all ready?
Yes,
Judge,
Judge.
Oh, okay.
Judge,
All
we're waiting
right.
on, Miss Rogers to zoom in, probably
Right, let
like
me
5
know.
more minutes, Judge.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
Hey, Attorney Roger.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Fikens.
I think you have one officer here so far.
Sorry, what did you say?
Are you here for the, are you here for the trial?
No, you're for the specialty court person that's in custody.
I can't hear you. There we go. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I am here for the specialty court person, Mr. Crunk.
Specialty court. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Didn't know if you're here for the trials. Okay. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
All right, are we? Let me see. Are we ready?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you, Ms. Rogers, for joining us. Mr. Morgan, can you read the name and case number into the record, please? And Ms. Mack, make sure it's added to my docket.
Yes, Judge. For who? Oh, yeah, for Mr. Raekwon Watts. I have case number 220-448-3401. Case number 220-441-4001. And the last case is case number 220-442-8601 for Raekwon Watts.
All right, thank you, Mr. Watts. Please state your name.
Watts.
All right, thank you. Mr. Morgan, tell us what, oh, for the people? Oh, apologies.
Good morning, Sydney Rogers for the people, P82072.
All right, thank you. And then Ms. Taylor or Mr. Morgan, are either of you here on Mr. Watts?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, place your appearance on the record for me, Ms. Taylor.
Jasmine Taylor, Specialty Court Case Manager.
All right, tell me what's going on with Mr. Watts. He's at the Wayne County Jail. No, he's not. He's at the Detroit Detention Center.
Correct. So Mr. Watts was a referral that we received from Judge Bryant for our specialty court program. I don't believe we got the chance to formally admit him into our program. He was placed at Elmhurst on 2 different attempts where he absconded both times. He was placed there back in August, on August 31st, 2022, where he absconded and was in warrant status. We got a hold of him again, and then we put him into Elmhurst home. That was back in December of 2022 on December 8th, where he absconded that very same day right after he finished the paperwork. So it appears that now he has been located again.
Do we know what he was picking up on from the people or from the defense counsel?
I do not.
Was it just a warrant or a new charge? We'll find it out. He's gonna have some time to sit and think about it. All right, who wants to address the court first as to what we should do with Mr. Watts?
I can go ahead, Judge.
Yes, go right ahead.
Ms. Taylor, I do have one question. I might have missed it. How long has he been in warrant status?
That would have been since December 8th of 2022.
Okay, thank you. Based on everything that Ms. Taylor said, that he's absconded multiple times, we've tried multiple different resources. I ask that now that he is in custody and off of warrant status, that he be held at the Wayne County Jail until Wednesday or next specialty court day.
All right, thank you. Any objection?
No objection, Judge. I would just ask that the file be marked mental health court and medical in case he needs any assistance while he's over at the Wayne County Jail.
Very good, and we'll certainly do that, Ms. Mack. Let's mark the order mental health court. I will have to bring him back. Ms. Mack, the 8th, is the 8th a good day?
No, your docket is closed that day, Judge.
No, ma'am. You gotta go to the 15th.
Okay, so we don't have, no.
Mm-mm.
Wait,
The
I'm
15th.
back on, I am here on the 7th. I'm in of February. But if the party, is that the recommendation to just wait until the 15th? We have 100 things on the 15th, but is that the recommendation?
Get them
Yes.
back, yes.
Yes, please.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send him to the Wayne County Jail with a return to court date by way of Zoom on February 15, 2023. But what I would like to happen is that Ms. Taylor and Mr. Morgan, if you all can make a connection with Sergeant Holmes to see if we can get some things done. Let's see where he is. Let's see,
Yes.
some screenings, whether or not he needs a psychiatric evaluation as opposed to the exam. And so, and I'll order those things so we can make the best use of our time while he's at Wayne County Jail.
Yes.
Okay? Any objections? Anything anyone else has before?
I do have a question about the next court date on the 15th. He's not admitted to the program yet. Would it be possible to admit him on the 15th?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Ms. Taylor should have some contact to see, what he wants to do along with the attorney, Jessica Warfield. And so, and then we'll get him all ready for the 15th as far as intake, or if he's going back to Judge Bryant and she'll sentence him, she's probably gonna just ask me to go ahead and sentence him. And so since that was a part of his sentencing was mental health court. Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
all right, thank you. So put it on my docket for 9:30, February 15th, and we'll mark it mental health court. All right, Mr. Watts, we'll try again to help you, okay? Yes?
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you at the Detroit Detention Center. We'll get the paperwork over.
Yep, come on.
All right, very good.
They can see him open in a minute.
How long will we be here?
Do we have anybody else at the Detroit Detention Center that we need to see this morning?
No, Judge, we shouldn't, no ma'am, that was just Mr. White.
All right, very good. Awesome. Do we have anything else ready?
Yes, Judge, we would like to do Mr. Crump.
All right, very good. And then Mr. Griffin is on. I think you had a client that got a really good deal that has not been compliant, and I'm ready to send him back to Hamtramck. And so is he going to show up this morning?
Good morning, Your Honor. I just want to put on the record, this is my day off, but I just, right, the staff is so competent and so like they're just doing everything they can to give my client a chance. Your Honor, he does speak sometimes he speaks a different language. Like sometimes we use an Arabic translator for him. I haven't been able to reach him today. So I would just ask the court I left a message, but I haven't been able to reach him. So I don't know why he didn't show up or why he has not responded. So I would ask the court to exercise its discretion and allow me at least another day. And then he can just walk in, like maybe on Monday.
He did let Ms. Harris know that he had worked outside, that he's not available until Monday, and that's not going to work. So,
that's what he said. That's what he said. Okay.
Yes. So I'm not on his schedule. He's on our schedule. And so I needed to have him in because I don't feel comfortable. He's a transfer, second OWI, pled down to reckless driving and some type of noise ticket, which I think you did an incredible job with him and Hamtramck, if that's the deal, in fact, that you got for him. But I am not comfortable with his original charges, and then he's not being cooperative. That puts us in a very uncomfortable space. So one of two things will happen today. He will come into this morning. It's only 10:30. He will come into 36th District Court for processing, or a warrant will go in the system and we will do the paperwork to send him back to Hamtramck and they can deal with him.
I understand, Your Honor. I'm going to continue to try to reach out to him. I appreciate Ms. Harris sending me the information today. I will say this is my first notice of any type of anything that was going on with him. So I'm going to call him. I'm going to reach out to him. I don't want to have to go to his house, so myself. But if need be, that's not a problem. So, but I'll contact him right now, Your Honor. I'll contact him again and send him a text message. Thank you, Judge.
Yes. And so, Ms. Mack, if you're able to contact him, because if he sometimes uses an Arabic interpreter, he's going to use one while he's with us. We won't guess as to what he's understanding or not understanding. So if you're able to get him and he's able to come in, we'll need to get an Arabic interpreter.
Your Honor, it's a Bangla interpreter
Okay.
that he would use if we had, it would be a Bangla interpreter. He's Bangladesh.
All right. And so, Ms. Mack, you might want to just start calling to see if you can get one for today or for tomorrow morning. I don't know if you'll be able to get one for today.
Your Honor, the other issue I have is that I have not done any of his paperwork because he did not come for that appointment. So I don't have anything to present on him today other than what came from the court because I don't have anything on him.
So I still want him to come in today to meet with Miss Harris so that he can get processed. And then you can give us a date for presentation, because when he comes in, we'll get to test him. We'll see where he is. Is he proposing a threat to the public? And I can make some safeguards in place. Right now, he's not giving me anything to work with, okay?
Understood, Your Honor. And I will say this, usually he's better at communicating, and he also understands that his plea is actually contingent upon successfully completing or successfully enrolling. So he would have to go back and his plea would be withdrawn and everything. So there's a lot at stake for him. So I'm going to give him a call. I'm going to reach out and see what I can do. And thank you, Your Honor. And good to see everybody.
For coming in. Good day. We appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. And so we have Crunk that you all indicated we're ready on. Give me just 1 second and I'm going to call Crunk. I just need a second, please.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, I'm ready on the following matter. I have for Devin Crunk. Did our prosecutor leave? Oh, there we go. All right, for Devin Crunk, I have case number 1904661-901 for the people.
Good morning, Cindy Rogers for the people, P 2072.
Thank you. And for defendant?
Good morning, Your Honor. Alex Giuliani, P 81837, appearing on behalf of Devin Crump.
Thank you, and good morning to both of you. And then Mr. Crunk, please state your name for the record.
Devin Crump.
All right, good morning, Mr. Crunk. All right, Mr. Morgan, are you going to be addressing the court with respect to the Crunk matter?
I am, Your Honor.
You may proceed. Place your appearance on the record for me first.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Sanjay Morgan on behalf of the Specialty Court Program. Your Honor, we're here today. Mr. Crump is here in front of the court today. He was picked up, actually he walked in, which is, we see that as a good thing. So I want to commend Mr. Crump for walking in with his attorney to try to take care of this matter. Mr. Crump was initially placed on probation on February 27, 2020 by the Honorable Judge Kenneth King. He had a 12-month term for disturbing, excuse me, Your Honor, he had a 12-month term for, just make sure I say the right thing, disturbing the peace, Your Honor, 12 months. He had a 12-month review, February 26, 2021. At that review was a violation hearing. He was violated because he failed to attend the marijuana intervention program, complete 240 hours of community service, enroll in the GED program, attend driver's improvement program, and pay his fines and costs. At that violation hearing, it was deemed that he would be transferred over to our mental health court. And then he signed his mental health court contract with us on March 10, 2021. He was in our program. He was, he had a few hiccups in our program. I'm pretty familiar with this case because I was working with Mr. Lorenz on the case. He had a few hiccups here and there, but overall he was doing some things, but he was missing some treatment. He was missing some drug screens, and he failed to adhere to the specialty court order. He absconded. He failed to report to court on July 14, 2021, and that's when a warrant was signed for his arrest. I do want to note also, while he was in warrant status, he picked up a case December 20 of 2022 for assault. I think his attorney can talk about that later, but I just wanted to let the court know while he was in warrant status, he did pick up another case. Mr. Crunk is here today, like I said, to try to take care of this matter. My recommendations could come after everybody presents their case, but he's back today and he's been in jail since Tuesday, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Who would like to address the court next? Defense counsel, do you want to tell us what your client wishes to do? Does he want to just serve his time on the underlying charge of reckless driving, disorderly disturbance, where he would just go to the Wayne County Jail, and I'll hear from the people as to the amount of time? Or is your client willing to resume and the program, should that be the recommendation from the team, and get the help or services that he needs?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I think he wants to try to get his life back on track, and that's why he came in here. He wants to answer to all of the issues that are going on. So he wants to get back into the program. You know, in speaking to the case in 34th District Court, he was charged with fleeing and eluding. We did take care of that case. He pled to an attempt resisting and obstructing, which makes it a misdemeanor. And the sentence was fines and costs. That has been taken care of. So he wants to get his life back on track. The bigger picture is, yes, he does need a license. But in order to get to, all of the program conditions, he's gonna need his license to do that instead of relying on someone, but that isn't the sole reason why he wants to get back into the program. He is wanting to get his life back on track, and I think we are moving in a positive direction. He did take the drug test when he was about to go into the Wayne County Jail, and that came back negative. So he is trying to get his life back on track, Your Honor. He wants to continue with the program.
All right, thank you. Ms. Rogers?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Speaking briefly on the license component, if the defendant does not successfully complete this program, he will be charged with, as charged with reckless driving, which does carry a 90-day automatic suspension with it. So that's another reason that he should try to work this program. I'm happy to hear that he is in compliance at another district court. Interesting, though, that he has not been working our program and in disregarding this court's order, but also in compliance with another court order. I don't know if he doesn't want to do the program or does not want to follow this court's orders. But based on that, and he did walk himself in, but after being on warrant status for almost 2 years, I'm recommending that he get a Wayne County tether with a 30-day remand, or I'm sorry, 45-day remand on it.
Okay. Counsel, did you have a response to the recommendation from Ms. Rogers, Attorney Rogers?
Your Honor, I'm asking, I think that he is sat in the Wayne County Jail. He's thought about what his life. I'm asking that he be released today. He does have a psychiatrist appointment on Saturday. He wants to meet with this psychiatrist. When I've met with Devin, I think that there could be, potential medication that could help him. And I really think that he needs to make this appointment so that he can, explore options with a psychiatrist. And then also continue on with his therapist. So I'm asking if he be released today, and if the tether is needed, he's fine with putting a tether on. But we're trying to work the big picture.
Somebody's doing something, blocking out the sound.
You're making copies.
Counsel, here's the issue. Your client has walked away from our program for 2 years. So there are not a whole lot of concessions that we're going to make for him today. The recommendation is that if he wants to return to the program, that certainly he be given the opportunity to do so, but that he be placed on a Wayne County tether, which means that if he doesn't show up for what he's supposed to show up for, we will violate him, and then he'll sit in the Wayne County Jail for 45 days on that tether because of that tether violation. So that's where we are. 2 years of absconding. We had appointments set up for him. We were working with him. He chose not to work the program. And so while he may be in a different place, I still need to put in safeguards to ensure that I'm keeping the public safe due to the nature of his charges and the fact that he's picked up some other charges, or at least another charge, since he's been with this court. And so, Mr. Morgan, I'll hear from you as to a recommendation. Right now, I'm at returning to the program with a Wayne County tether for 45-day committal.
Yes, Your Honor, I have no objections to that. I was going to recommend a tether. So we could go with the 45-day committal. Just a little concerned that he won't show back up, considering he's been gone for over a year. I did get an opportunity to get an updated address, an updated phone number, a place of employment. So if he does not show up for what he's required to show up for, we're going to maybe recommend that the police go pick him up. So I do have updated information that I received today. Your You know,
Go
when they go into warrant status, it's our job to make sure that we check what was going on during that time that they're in warrant status. Meaning we run liens, we run JIS, we run SOS, to make sure that there's some things out there that's not outstanding. I am looking at SOS. I don't know what's going on, but it's kind of concerning to me. Something happened on May 12th, 2022. Looks like an accident. And there's some tags on here. Maybe some substances might have been involved in this. It's nothing on the lien, but it's my job to make sure that I report what I find and attribute it to that apparatus that I found it on. So whether it was on the lien, whether it's on the SOS or JIS, I must report that. So I'm just reporting on his Secretary of State driver's license. I see a crash on May 12th, 2022. And a tag on it said had been drinking, but had not been using controlled substances. And it was on a motorcycle. So I just want to put that on record so we are aware what we found in my searches. So I'll concur with the recommendation of the tether. I think it needs to be a Wayne County tether, because if he violates, they can go pick him up. And love to have him in the program. He was actually pretty close to being completed. He had done some really positive things in the program, but he kind of, fell off. But we want to remind him when it's kind of tough, you should lean on like the court to help you out. We have other resources in place that can maybe get you over that struggle, because our goal is to help you, not keep you in jail. But then when you do walk away, we have to take actions like we take it today. That's a lot more severe. We don't like to do that, but we still have to protect the safety of the public and then also yourself. So I'm just going to concur with the recommendations, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Morgan, so he does not have a valid license, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. According to the Secretary of State, his license is suspended.
Okay, all right, very good. So, counsel, I am going to follow the recommendation from the team that he be allowed to return to the program, but he will have to go back to the Wayne County Jail on today to get a Wayne County tether. And if he violates, he will sit in the Wayne County Jail 45 days. And so we'll make sure we do that. Mr. Morgan, if you could reach out to Sergeant Coho to see how quickly we can get that tether put on and get him processed out, and let's get him connected. It sounds like he's already connected with some mental health services. We need to make sure, counsel, that we get releases signed, because we have to make sure those services are in compliance with the standards that are set forth in our mental health court. And if they're not, then we'll have to make some adjustments. But we won't know that until we get that release signed and we get the information. And so I would like to send him back. Mr. Morgan, you can circle back to me to let me know, as well as to defense counsel and the prosecutor, a ballpark figure of time that Sergeant Coho is saying he will need before he can get that tether on him. And then I'll schedule a follow-up date, a next court date, so we make sure he does not fall through the cracks. And then, Mr. Morgan, let's get him back in the process.
Okay, Your Honor. We probably need to get him back. Did you say he'll be available on the 7th?
On the 7th?
Yes. I hate to go out to the 15th.
No, that's okay. Let me just see one thing. Yes, I'll be available on the 7th.
Okay, so we can place him on the docket for on the 7th, 8:30. I know it's not a co-occurring court date, but at the same time, we can still make sure that he bring us the information about his counseling appointments. And Mr. Green will be his case manager, so Mr. Green can present that.
All right, very good. So now, Mr. Morgan and Ms. Mack, I need to make sure that the order indicates I'm not ordering him to stay in the Wayne County Jail until the 7th of February. My order is that he returns to court on February 7th at 8:30 a.m. As soon as he gets that tether, he can be released as long as, Mr. Morgan, you're satisfied with the updated address.
I am, Your Honor.
All right, so he can be released once he gets that tether. So we want to make sure we're very clear that the order says to release upon the implementation of the tether, of the Wayne County tether. Okay, and then just for docket purposes, council, I'm going to see him on February 7th at 8:30 a.m. Okay. Any questions for me?
No, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, will he be getting the tether today?
I
We-
can't guarantee.
Okay.
Yeah, we're making a call to try to get it as fast as possible. We just actually text Sergeant Cole.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Cronk.
Judge, Judge, may I ask, just as a friend of the court, that was a tether and a personal bond, is that right? A
Yes,
tether and a personal.
That's absolutely correct. A tether, Wayne County tether with a 45-day committal and a personal bond. Thank you, Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was just.
You're in good
listening.
shape. All right. Are we ready on Holloway or Kennedy?
Ready on Holloway, Judge.
Are we ready on Holloway, I'm sorry.
Holloway. If Mr. Morgan's ready, defense is ready.
With that,
We're ready. We're
it's
ready on
past-
Mr. Holloway.
it's past 10:30. Has Ms. Andrews made any more payments?
No, Judge, I checked, she didn't make any more payments.
What is her balance on the ticket that she was adjourned to pay?
She owes $75.
All right, and so I'm going to call it case number SP 1266385, count 1 for Evelanda Ruth Andrews. I accepted her plea of guilty. I accepted her word that she would pay her fines and costs in full before today's date. She has failed to pay all of it, although she did pay $25 of it. So a capias will issue as to that particular matter. The bond will be set at $75 cash or surety, which is the amount that she owes. And that's the counts 2 and 3. As to count 2, a capias will be issued with a personal bond, and then as to count 3, a default judgment will be entered. Anything else for my consideration?
I just believe that counts 2 and 3 were both civil infractions. You know.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's count 2?
No proof,
Insurance, no proof? Then it should be a default as well. Thank you, Mr. Franklin. Okay. All right, very good. We are now ready on Holloway. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. I have the following matter for Mr. Holloway. I have case number 210-450-7501. Mr. Holloway, state your full name for the record, please.
Rashawn Ricardo Holloway Jr.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to you. All right. Who is presenting Mr. Holloway on today?
Yes, that'll be me, Your Honor, Demetrius Green, Specialty Court Case Manager.
All right, Mr. Green, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. So Mr. Holloway was referred to us on November 4th, 2022, by the Honorable Judge Bryant, on a charge of assault and battery. He is over the age of 18 years old. He has completed some college. He is currently employed full-time. He has no children. He does appear to, and he does demonstrate that he can benefit from our services here in mental health court. He does not have any prior convictions of violent offenses. And he has not participated in any mental health court program within the past 10 years. Mr. Holloway did come in for an initial intake on the 19th of January, 2023, and that test came back positive into the drug screen, and that drug screen came back positive for THC. He did admit to me that he was using THC prior 2 weeks before he came to the courthouse. He also took a screen today, and that screen came back positive for THC as well, but the levels were down significantly. And we will monitor those levels as he does complete the program. He has informed me that he will not consume any THC or any THC related products while he is in the program. He is understanding that we have a strict no THC policy in mental health court. At this time, I have found that he is eligible for mental health court and I would ask that today he be admitted into our program.
Thank you. Who went in the breakout room with Mr. Holloway?
I did, Judge, and thank you for that opportunity. He was polite and respectful. That goes a long way. We did go over the court's order. We talked about drug testing, counseling, community service, paying some fines and costs. We talked about no alcohol, no narcotics. We also talked about the fact that he cannot leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. We talked about the fact that the court has the ability to amend, to change the order. He will get a copy of the order in writing. Any changes, amendments, he would be notified of. Judge, he was very polite and respectful. That goes a long way with me. He indicated to me that he does have a valid Michigan driver's license. He graduated from Mumford High School. We talked about my attendance at Mumford High School before he was born. He listened to me, Judge. That was polite of him. Judge, he has no felony convictions. He is eligible to participate under Michigan law. He does have a dismissible case. It's not a drinking and driving case, so this is a dismissible case. I am recommending his participation in the program, Judge. Again, he was respectful and polite and courteous, and that goes a long way with me. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Reed. All right, Mr. Holloway, you've heard what both the case manager and the attorney has shared with me. Is there anything that you'd like me to know about you that they didn't share?
No, ma'am.
Okay, are you ready to work the program?
Yes, ma'am.
Do I have your commitment to work the program?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're here because Judge Bryant believed that you needed the help. And we know that we have help available and that if you work the program, you will certainly be helped. And so are you ready to do that?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I know that Mr. Green is going to sit with you and talk to you about some things that you're going to have to do before you come back to see me and your testing. You already understand that you cannot utilize marijuana while you're in this program in any form. And so I look forward to working with you. Do you have any questions or concerns? I didn't hear you if you said something.
Sorry about that. I had you, Judge. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. Answer the question now.
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Who's your support system out there? Do you have family?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
I have my dad and my mom and just everybody in my family support me sometimes, and I got a job, so.
All right, very good. So mom and dad and family will be encouraging you to work the program, to do what you're supposed to do?
Yes, yes, sure. Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome. Make sure you let them know that I will appreciate that. We need as many people helping us to encourage you to stay on track as possible, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Do you have any questions for the team today?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Reed, did you determine that the client is in fact eligible to participate in our specialty court pursuant to Michigan law?
Yes, Judge, he is eligible to participate in specialty court pursuant to Michigan law.
All right, thank you. That I am going to accept Mr. Holloway into our specialty court. Welcome, Mr. Holloway. I look forward to working with you. And Mr. Green, what's next?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Holloway will return for a return to court date on February 15th, 2023 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, and until that time, Mr. Green, you'll be connecting with him, right? and making sure that he's on track. He gets releases signed, he gets his appropriate assessment and all those good things. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right, and let's make sure we also verify, if you haven't done so already, his living situation, okay?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
His living situation. We want to verify that he lives where he says he lives.
Yes, okay, will do.
All right, wonderful. All right, Mr. Holloway, I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks. Do well, hit the ground running. Don't miss your test. Don't try to count your tests. Just call every day. When your color drops, go test and make sure you get to your appointments, okay? No excuses.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. So nice to meet you. You can have a seat until Mr. Green is ready for you. All right, are we ready on Dejanay Kennedy?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Mack. All right, good morning, Ms. Kennedy. All right, it's good to see you. We have placed a warrant in the system for your arrest because we couldn't get you to cooperate. So I just want you to know, going forward, I expect you to cooperate. Do y'all have your commitment to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so when your case manager says you have to show up, you have to test, you have to go to your counseling, can I count on you to do that?
Yes.
All right, speak right into that mic for me.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Mack or Mr. Green, would you please read Ms. Kennedy's case number into the record?
Yes, Your Honor. Her case number is 1904440901.
Thank you. Mr. Green, you may proceed with your presentation.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Kennedy was referred to our specialty court program by the Honorable Judge Bryant on January 20th, 2023. Ms. Kennedy was told that she was to come in for an initial intake right away. My initial recommendation was for her to appear a little bit later so that we can conduct all the necessary intake procedures. But however, the attorney, prosecutor on record at that time wanted to have a more sooner date. So this is why I believe that Ms. Kennedy was a little bit confused about when she should report and what time and how she should get here. So I just want to put on record that Ms. Kennedy did come in on Monday, but was unsure where to go. She went to the probation office and she was informed that she was not on records, that nobody knew who she was to report to, and she could not remember my name. So I just wanted to put that on record. So Ms. Kennedy is here on a charge of a moving violation causing serious impairment of body function. She is over 18 years old. She is currently employed but is on leave. She does have children. She does want to participate in our specialty court program. She has not indicated that she has any substance use issues. She does not have any other violent convictions, and she has not participated in the specialty court program within the last 10 years. An initial screen was conducted when Ms. Kennedy arrived. However, we have not received those results. We are still waiting for those results to be in, but Ms. Kennedy has maintained that those results will come back negative. And at this time, we have no objection to Ms. Kennedy being admitted into our specialty court program. I think that she will be a great candidate and could benefit from our services.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Mr. Fikens, did you go in the breakout room with Ms. Kennedy?
I did, Your Honor. Miss Kennedy was a very nice woman, cooperative. She didn't have many questions. We talked about the goals and accomplishments of specialty court. We talked about the need to test, the need to follow the court's directions, treatment, 12-step meetings, the whole program. She told me that she wanted to do it. She told me that she needed the help. And I thought that was an honest response that she gave. We talked about some other requirements of the program, Judge. I think I answered all her questions. As I say, she was very cooperative with me and respectful. I appreciate that. And I'd certainly recommend her for acceptance into the specialty court program.
All right, very good. And so, Ms. Kennedy, you have heard what both the attorney as well as the case manager have said about you. Is there anything you'd like me to know about you?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing additional? I can't hear you.
No.
All right. And so, Ms. Kennedy, do you wish to work the program and you commit to working it?
Yes.
All right, very good. How many children do you have?
4.
You have 4 children. What are their ages?
2 months, 5, 7. No, yeah, 2 months, 5, 7, and 8.
All right, very good. Are you getting any family support with respect to yourself or the children?
Yes.
Okay, who's going to be in your corner cheering for you?
Who's in court cheering for me?
I said, who's going to be in your corner while you're in court with us, cheering for you, encouraging you to do the right thing, helping you to make sure you meet all your goals? I'm sorry?
My mom and my father.
I can't hear you.
My mother and my kid's father.
All right, very good. Make sure you let them know that I appreciate that, okay? Because we need everybody on encouraging you and assisting you in any way that they can so that you can meet the goals of the program. All right, do you acknowledge that you need the help, Ms. Kennedy?
Yes.
All right, then if you acknowledge that you need the help, we know that it's available. And if you take advantage of it, we also know that you will be helped. And so there's no reason why I should not admit you into the program. And so I'm going to allow you to come into the program. I look forward to working with you. It's not designed for you to fail. It's designed for you to really achieve and to learn something about yourself and make some different decisions and get some much needed help. How does that sound to you?
Good.
That sounds good. All right, I like it. All right, Mr. Green, were you able to verify her residential situation?
No, Your Honor, not at this time, but that is something that I will be doing. We are still completing the initial intake right now, so I'm just giving all necessary information.
All right, very good. We need to confirm or to validate, verify where she says she lives to make sure that it is an environment conducive for the kind of work that we're going to be doing with Miss Kennedy. All right. Miss Kennedy, are you working?
Not at the moment.
Okay, when is the last time you've had a job?
I mean, I do have a job, but I'm on leave right now because I just had a baby, so I'm going back to work.
Okay, very good. Okay, wonderful. You've got that new baby, right?
Yes.
All right, boy or girl?
A girl.
A girl. And you're taking good care of her?
Yes.
All right, that's awesome. Miss Kennedy, do you have any questions for the team today?
No, ma'am.
All right, we do have to wait for your screen to come back. Mr. Vikens, I'm accepting her into the program. Mr. Green, what's going to be next?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Kennedy will return to court on February 15, 2023 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Miss Kennedy?
Yes.
Right, awesome. If nothing else, it's so good to meet you and I look forward to working with you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Wait for Mr. Green to tell you when you're excused. All right, I think that has covered everything from the morning except Mr. Koyes, Ahmed Koyes. And what I'm going to do, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, is I'm going to place him on the docket for tomorrow. I still want him to come in today to meet with Ms. Harris to get processed. But still, let's order the interpreter for him as well. So, but I'll put him on my docket. I'm gonna give him one more day. Tomorrow, that's it.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
Yes,
All right.
Judge. Thank you.
No problem. Case number 2200908000 for Ahmed Reyes. He's still to meet with Ms. Harris on today. I'm putting him on my docket for tomorrow, January 27th, 2023, and I'm putting him on for 8:45 a.m. All right, let's do it. I think that clears out the early morning, and we're now ready to start with our trials. And so we'll go into recess so that you all can have you all had an opportunity to speak with anybody?
I've started speaking with people, Judge, and I need the state prosecutor. I think she was on for a moment. I don't know if she's back with the officer who is there. So, and I have one other person who's no officer has shown up on, but we'll make the appropriate motion at the appropriate time.
All right, very good. And so what I'd like to do is take a brief recess, and then you all can get Ms. Cole. I'm ready to call my docket. I'm not stretching this out all into lunch and everything else. No need to. Mr.
Yes, Judge.
Rosenthal is on. We are ready to go. Okay. Ms. Mack, let
Yes,
me know
Judge.
when we're ready. Ooh. Okay.
Yes, Judge, will do, and I'll be sending you another order for Mr. Crump for your review.
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
Ms. Wilson,
Yes, Mr. Reed.
is Mr. Fikens in the breakout room?
Yes, he's talking with Ms. Cole.
Okay, he's not in with the defendants?
No,
Okay,
you want to go in
thank
there?
you. I want to go in with defendants and then let Mr. Fikens know he can come in also.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Ms. Wilson, can you invite me into the breakout room where my clients are? I think that's one.
Miss Mack, we look to be in good shape. I'm gonna go back in with the officers, kind of let them know what's going on. Miss Mack, briefly, did we have on Corporal Baker, Asher, did they show up?
Corporal Baker did show up and so did Asher. I think she's in a breakout room with either Mr. Fikens or Mr. Reed. I'm not sure.
Perfect. Thank you, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
And I think Miss Wilson or Miss Wilson and Miss Mack were in good shape. And I think we're ready to go. I'm gonna bring Corporal Baker out. We're in good shape. I'm Miss Mack, just text me. I know they're still talking with a defense counsel. I gotta go check in somewhere real quick and I'll be right back.
In my visor. I'm about to visor.
Ms. Mack?
Yes, Mr. Reed.
We're ready with the breakout room people, and Mr. Fikens is bringing them into the courtroom now. We have 3 people, Abraham, Asher, and Al Holly. I mispronounced that, but you know who she is.
Oh, okay, I'm glad I do. I don't, but
Well,
I'll
you don't
figure it
know
out.
3. There are a couple of people that are retained. I don't know what happened on those cases.
We
Is
do,
the
we do.
retained?
We have them, they're in the courtroom. They're physically here in the
Okay,
courtroom.
And then
okay,
I'm here as well, Attorney Reed.
okay. Attorney Rosenthal,
Mhm.
there'll be a plea on Asher. There'll be a plea on Abraham, and I believe the other one, there's no complaining witness.
Correct, sir. I appreciate you. For all
So
the,
the wild animal, I think there's no complaining witness, but on the allowing unlicensed driver, there's a plea on that, and there's a plea on the no insurance sidewalk case, whatever.
perfect. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, we should be good to go.
Good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna come down there physically. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Parties ready to proceed?
There is a retained matter, and my clients are in the breakout room, so they can be brought in at whenever this court wishes.
Wonderful. Who do we have on the retained matter? What's the name on the retained matter?
We have two, Judge. We have Al Mirage, that's the second name on the docket at 1045, and we also have Al Nasser. Those both are retained cases, and we have an interpreter for Mr. Al Nasser.
All right. Can the interpreter please come to the podium and raise your right hand for me? Let me swear in the interpreter. Interpreter here for both cases or just one?
Just the one case.
Mr. Al Nasser. Okay, wonderful.
Yes, Judge.
All right, wonderful. All right. Let me have the interpreter please raise your right hand.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Could you step into the camera so that I can see you with your hand raised?
And now put your hand up, ma'am.
All right. All right, wonderful. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties in today's proceedings? You will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please state your name as well as your qualifications.
Sarah Asmer, Michigan Courts Qualified Arabic Interpreter.
Thank you so much and good morning to you. Good to see you. All right. I am going to call case number SP 140-36041 for Muhammad Al Nasser for the. Go ahead.
بنادي القضية المرقمة SP 140364041 المتهم السيد محمد الناصر.
All right, let me have defense counsel. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Judge. My name is Ali Hamoud. My P number is 73076. I represent Mr. Al Nasser.
قدم نفسك حضرة المحامي. اسمي علي حمود وأنا أمثل المتهم محمد الناصر.
Good morning to you, counsel. And now I'll have Mr. Al Nasser state your full name for the record.
اذكر اسمك الكامل لأغراض السجلات.
محمد يوسف النصار.
محمد يوسف النصار.
Thank you. All right, counsel, today is the date scheduled for trial. How are the parties proceeding?
حضرة المحامي اليوم هو مخصص لمحاكمة تمهيدية. شلون تحب تتابع؟
Judge, there is an offer, and my client is prepared to take that offer. I explained to him the rights that he has. If he go to trial in this case and he's waiving those rights, and he's prepared to do that.
حضرة القاضية، في عندنا عرض من الادعاء العام، وإحنا قررنا نستفيد من هذا العرض ونقبل به. موكلي راح يقول إقراره أمام المحكمة ونشوف شنو هي الحقوق تاعه.
Attorney Hamoud, will your client be pleading guilty as charged, and was there a recommendation to reduce that charge or to amend the charge?
If I may, Your Honor, I'm actually physically in the courtroom. And good morning, may it please the Honorable Court, Matthew Rosenthal for the people, P 84807. Officer Kimberly Sterner, can you please place your name and badge number on the record, ma'am?
Officer Kimberly Sterner, badge 5090, Detroit Police.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal. How are we proceeding?
Yeah. Oh, and go ahead. I'm sorry, ma'am.
كيف حكت له كيف بدنا نتابع هذا الموضوع؟ هذا هو الادعاء العام وهذه هي الشرطية اللي عقدت المخالفة. فخلينا نشوف كيف نتابع.
And then today, Your Honor, the plea recommendation the people are setting forward is going to be amend this count to a disorderly conduct.
تخفيض التهمة الأصلية إلى تهمة هي سلوك غير منضبط.
And the conditions are going to be to have the testing done at a facility as well as the misdemeanor morality course, Your Honor.
الشروط المفروضة راح تكون هو الفحص الطبي في مركز معين وكذلك أنه يحصل على محاضرة أخلاق.
All right, Mr. Rosenthal, I didn't hear the two things that you said that you all are recommending for sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor, it would just be the testing, the STD, HIV testing. We don't need to see the results. We just need to know that the test was taken.
سألت بس اثنين أشياء حطيت عليه شغل قالها نعم الفحص الطبي هو من الاس تي بي والاتش اي في مو ضروري تجيب النتائج بس ضروري تروح وتقدم هناك وتثبت دليل انك رحت عملتها.
As well as the misdemeanor morality course, Your Honor.
كذلك لازم تحضر محاضرة في الأخلاق.
All right, thank you. Mr. Al Nasser, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
هل تقصد بأن تقول الحق وليس أن تمت الحق في إفاداتك؟ Yes, I tell the truth.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Counsel, I believe that you've already established in your client's hearing that he's giving up his right to a trial in order to take advantage of the offer from the people. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I have in my office prior to today's date as well in the hall as in the hallway today.
And so, Mr. Al Nasser, you are accepting a plea of guilty, entering a plea of guilty because you are in fact guilty. Is that correct?
سيد النصار أنت أمانة تذكر أمام المحكمة تقول إنك مذنب لأنه فعلا أنت مذنب صحيح؟ Yes.
And Mr. Al Nasser, are you being forced in any way to plead guilty on today?
أي شخص أجبرك بأنه تقول أمام الحاكم إنك مذنب هاليوم في هذه التهمة؟ No, no.
All right, thank you, counsel. Or Mr. Rosenthal, please establish the factual basis as it appears in the ticket, and then I will entertain amending the charge to disorderly conduct.
Yes, Your Honor. And then Mr. Al Nasir, on November 3rd, 2022, at approximately 2:30 p.m., were you in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you upon or near Auburn and West Warren in the city of Detroit?
كنت في مدينة ديترويت قرب شارع أوبرن في مدينة ديترويت. Yes.
Satisfied, Your Honor?
أنت راضي حضرتك القاضي؟
I am. Counsel, are you satisfied?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
هل أنت موافق؟ نعم موافق.
I'm accepting the plea of guilty. I'm reducing the charge to disorderly conduct. And I am representing. Right. For sentencing, I am requiring Mr. Al Nassar. He's going to pay cost in the amount of $225.
بالنسبة للحكم على هذه المتهم أطلب يدفع تكاليف واللي قدرها $225.
The fine will be $200.
الغرامة $200.
Defendant must undergo HIV testing. I do not need to know the results, just to know that he did in fact test.
يروح يعمل فحص بالHIV ما بدي النتيجة بس بدي برهان دليل إنه راح عملها.
Also, the defendant must attend the prostitution offenders program, and he can do that through Southwest Detroit Community Justice Center.
لازم تحضر محاضرة في الأخلاق وتحسين السلوكيات في Southwest مدينة ديترويت هنا في مركز تسجل فيه.
Counsel, how much time will your client need to complete all of the requirements as ordered by the court?
فبإيش وقت موكلة تحتاج مشان نكمل شروط المحكمة.
I imagine you can finish within 30 days, Your Honor. Maybe 45 days to be sure. Right?
All right, council, I'm going to set this matter for review. I'll set it for review on March 31st. I'll set it for review on March 31st, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. At that time, go ahead.
أعطيكم موعد. هذا الموعد هو لمراجعة سواء طبق الشروط أم لا. الموعد هو 31/3 الساعة 10 صباحا.
Council, at that time, your client should have paid all of his fines and costs in full. He should have undergone the testing, HIV testing, and he should have completed the constitutional offender class at Southwest Detroit Community Justice Center.
المحامي في التاريخ المقبل 31/3 موكلك لازم يكون مطبق وملتزم بكل الشروط. دافع كل التكاليف وكذلك الغرامات. حاضر الدرس مع الأخلاق وكذلك الفحص.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, should your client fail to abide by the terms and conditions set forth by this court, your client will have to serve 45 days in the Wayne County Jail.
المحامي إذا موكلك في ذلك التاريخ لم يلتزم بكافة الشروط المفروضة عليه فراح يكون العقاب 45 تاريخ 45 يوم في سجن ديترويت.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Asmar. I'm going to now call. Thank you, Officer Turner.
Thank you.
Officer Sterner.
You too.
Be safe.
Be safe.
I am ready on Syed Al Mirage. I have case number I'm sorry, Mr. Feigen.
I'm sorry to interrupt. My people are still in a breakout room. They need to come out into the courtroom.
All right, Miss Wilson, bring them out for me so they can be ready to go when I'm done with this one. I have case numbers SX 414-3188, counts 1, 2, and 3 for the people.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Matthew Rosenthal for the people.
Thank you, and then for defendant.
Good morning, Judge. Once again, Ali Hamoud, my P number is 73076. I represent Mr. Al-Miraj, who's standing to my right.
All right, Mr. Al-Miraj, please state your full name for the record.
Sajid Al-Miraj.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, how are the parties proceeding today?
Judge, we're set for a formal hearing. I believe the officer that issued the ticket is not in court today. I move for dismissal.
Just for the 2 formal hearings or the trial and the 2 formal hearings?
The trial and the 2 formal hearings.
All right, thank you, Attorney Rosenthal.
Yes, Your Honor, we have no objection. We just ask this dismissal be without prejudice.
All right, very good. Ms. Mack, if you can make sure it gets stamped, dismissed without prejudice, no officer. And so I am granting your request, Mr. Rosenthal. Thank you, Counsel Hamoud.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, let's keep going. Are we ready on Cammie Abrams?
Yes, Judge.
I have SP 138-40312, SP 138-40311. Ms. Abrams, please state your full name.
Kamei Abrahams.
Abrahams, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Fike is rescheduled for trial and formal hearing.
Yes,
How are the
Judge.
parties proceeding?
Judge, there is a Corporal Randolph here, and maybe you want to put his name on.
Yes, Corporal Randolph, if you could turn your camera on and place your appearance on the record with your name and badge number.
Yes, ma'am. Corporal Randolph, badge 1235, Detroit Police Department.
Thank you so much, Corporal Randolph. All right, Mr. Viken, what?
Judge, I'm sorry, Judge. I'm jumping the gun today. I apologize. Judge, we have reached an accord in the situation. My client will be tendered a no contest plea to driving over the sidewalk, asking this court for a delayed sentence of 90 days and dismissal of the no insurance as she has insurance. That's pursuant to the recommendation.
All right, very good. And understand that Ms. Abrahams, you will not get your dismissal until you've paid your fines and costs in full, okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Ficus, you may proceed.
Thank you. Ma'am, you don't understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a no contest.
For me. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Ficus. Thank you.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a no contest plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised anything to get you to plead no contest today?
No.
Ma'am, I direct your attention back. Oh, actually, Your Honor, to establish liability, we would stipulate to the ticket written by Corporal Randolph that my client drove over a sidewalk.
All right, thank you, counsel. I'll accept the plea of no contest. And I am ready for sentencing. Officer, is there anything you'd like me to know before sentencing?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Ficus, anything you'd like me to know about your client before sentencing?
No, Judge, she might need a little bit of time, but she's really motivated to try to take care of this matter as quick as possible.
All right. I'm going to assess our cost in the amount of $225. The fine is going to be $75. Ma'am, how quickly can you get this paid?
In a month.
All right, so I am going to give you, I'll adjourn this to pay as well as your dismissal. I'll adjourn that until March 2nd, 2023, and that will be at 10:30 a.m. If for some reason you are not able to get it paid before March 2nd, then you do need to come to court on that date at that time, okay?
And if not, I could just not come to court.
If you get it paid, you don't have to come. We'll dismiss the one, close the other.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, Judge, what was the fine on that? The cost and fine on that? I missed that. I apologize.
That's okay. The cost is $225. The fine is $75.
Okay, thank you. I got it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Corporal.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're very welcome, ma'am. Corporal Randolph, you are excused to be safe.
Good day.
All right, you too. I do not see anybody else's face in the screen. And I can't call cases if I cannot see your face.
Ms. Asher, stay on the screen, Ms. Asher.
All right, I'm ready on Asher. I have SP 1214093, counts 1, 2, and 3. Ms. Asher, please state your full name for the record.
Chelsea Danielle Asher.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, how are we proceeding today? Mute yourself, Ms. Asher.
I believe that Officer Baker is here on that matter, and maybe we
Baker, you can turn on your camera and place your name and your badge number on the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Corporal Baker, Detroit Police Department, 8th Precinct, badge number 21.
Thank you, Corporal Baker. All right, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. My client wishes to avail herself of the offer. She'll be tendered in a plea of no contest to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, asking this court to reduce that or modify that to improper plates and dismissing the other two matters today.
All right, I'll dismiss them upon payment of fines and costs, okay?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Asher, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help me God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may put your hands out. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Ma'am, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes.
You wish to waive that right and enter a no contest plea to one of the matters today, correct?
Yes,
Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead no contest today?
No, this just seemed like the best option, sir.
As we discussed, correct?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor. To establish liability in this case, we would stipulate to the issued by Corporal Baker indicating that there was an allowance of an unlicensed driver to drive.
All right,
Asking
thank
this
you.
court to modify number plates. I'm sorry.
Yes, no problem, Mr. Plackett. I'm accepting the plea of no contest and I'm amending the charge to improper plates. The remaining two matters will be dismissed upon full payment of fines and costs. I'm assessing the cost at $225. The fine will be $50. Ma'am, how quickly can you get that paid?
Within a month or two.
I need a month or two. Which one?
I'm just gonna say 2 just to be safe.
All right, very good. So then
Okay, so I'm sorry, what was the total altogether?
Yes,
Baby.
I'm going to, it's 225.
I can't believe
It's 225 plus 50. And I'm going to schedule you for a review for your dismissals on April 3rd.
Thank
April
you.
3rd, 2023, and that'll be at 10:30. If you get it paid, you don't need to come back. We'll close out the matter that you've paid. We'll dismiss the other two. If not, I'll set aside everything and you'll be right back at square one, okay? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Corporal Baker. You both have a great day.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. I am ready on last name Al-Araji. I have case number V120-20720, UV120-20820, B120-20920, B120-21020. Ma'am, please state your name for me.
Amal Benin Al-Araji, Your Honor.
Thank you and good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning.
All right, counsel.
Judge, this is the date and time set for trial. No issuing officer having shown up. We would move to dismiss without prejudice.
All right, Ms. Mack, did anyone show up for these cases?
No, Judge.
Then I am granting your motion. They are all dismissed without prejudice. Thank you, ma'am. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You have a blessed one, Your Honor.
Thank you, you too. Let's go to Alfonso Anderson, SP 134089171 and SP 1340841. Did Mr. Anderson show up for trial today?
No.
Well, there's trial and arraignment on the bench warrant.
Oh, yeah. No, Your Honor.
No, Judge, he did not show up.
All right. For the reckless driving, KPS will issue, and that bond will be set at $100 cash or surety. And then for the no insurance, KPS will issue, and that will be a personal bond. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Judge.
All right. I think that I have
No,
covered
Judge,
everything.
I apologize. We do have that gentleman. He showed up, Mr. Coyes, Ahmed Coyes, Miss Harris's client. She's in the conference room with him now.
She will not be able to present him today, as she indicated earlier. She has did not come for his interview. So Ms. Mack, he's gonna have to come back on tomorrow too.
Okay.
He won't be able to see him today. So I have him on the docket. I've already adjourned him to January 27th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. He has to come back again, but please make sure that she knows that she needs to test him, okay?
Yes.
All right, awesome. All right.
Also, I sent you some documents for Mr. Dorsey for your review.
I did, I responded.
Oh, okay. I didn't get it yet, but okay.
Okay. Just making sure. All right. Okay. Anything else for my consideration? You all,
No, you're,
great job.
No, Judge. No, Judge.
Ms.
You-
Mack, are you able to send us the docket for Friday and Monday?
I can, I have to add the couple people that you added for tomorrow, and then I'll send it out.